Hello Airsofters, let's talk about some battery chargers today. So we're going to talk about new ISDT Q6 a little later, but first I want to tell you about what I've been using so far. You know, I used to do a bunch of RC car stuff, so I have this RC charger, and this is very good. It's one of your standard, 4 buttons, and it charges, discharges, it balances, it recognizes different battery technologies, all that stuff. And then I got the multi-lead thing here. Thing is, it's too big. I don't want to bring this to the field every time I go somewhere, right? So I had this Duratrax Charger here, and I forget what RC car this was for, but this will do up to 4S, 2, 3, or 4S, and then it has leads coming out here for the main connector. But I was charging one of these off-brands, this Firefox or this Shangyi, and the voltages were so far away from each other that this thing refused to charge it. So this is nice and portable, but if these things aren't good battery packs and the voltages are too far apart, this thing won't charge it. So I don't bring this to the field either. Too big, doesn't work all the time. So essentially when I get home, I always use this thing to balance them out and all that stuff. I've also since bought a Turnigy, a real brand. This is an RC car brand. They've been around for a long time, even has a warranty. Anyways, today we're talking about this, the ISDT Q6 Nano, and just looking at the box, it's a small charger, and it's amazingly small compared to that thing. Well, let's get these distractions out of the way here, sorry. Okay, so I want to let you guys know of a channel on YouTube called Joshua Bardwell. He's mostly into quadcopters, drones, but that's how I learned about this charger many years ago, actually. I just never had a need to charge in the field so much because I kind of stopped flying quadcopters. But I always kept in mind that he reviewed either this or maybe the Q8, and it seemed like a good charger. So I bought this off AliExpress, may have been like 35 bucks if I remember. Okay, nice Apple-esque packaging. There's a little foam in there. There's a pretty sizable instruction manual, and it's Chinese on this side, English on this side. So actually it's not that bad. It's like 8 pages. We're gonna try to maybe figure this out without. Important notice, Horizon Hobby, alright, that's a big website for RC stuff. Okay. Oh, there's a little protective film thing if you want to protect the thing, which I will hold on to for later. This is actually CE approved, FCC approved, ROSE approved. So this is a legit company. This is not something that's going to catch on fire, hopefully. It's been tested to do so by those organizations. Alright, so there is this film. I might as well take that off or leave it on. We'll just leave it on for now. Now, will this turn on its own? I don't think it will. There's no I don't think there's an internal battery. So there's also some rubber feet here on the bottom. Seem like they're silicone or something. Some ventilation and a fan to help cool it down. So there's an XT60 and then the multi plug for however many cells you have you're going to charge. And then an XT60 and a micro USB. Sadly, it's not a Type C, it's the older style, the trapezoidal style. It is labeled, hopefully you can see, it might be hard to see actually, but it says DC in, and what looks like a TV screen. It says 2S to 6S, and then battery, and the arrow pointing outwards. So basically you're feeding electricity in from this side from a battery, a DC direct current battery, and then you're exporting the electricity in a different voltage, or maybe the same voltage, to something you're trying to charge. So I happen to have this thing. This is a Life P04 battery. This is a much safer technology than a LiPo or a lithium ion. If you puncture this thing will catch on fire. This sort of technology is what takes down airplanes in the earlier days of this battery's history. Life P04s are much more resilient, I think. I've seen videos of people puncturing these and they just gas out, but they never catch on fire. Also, the lifespan of these is a lot longer, I believe. I believe they can sit dormant for at least a year, whereas if you leave this alone for a year, it might not come back, if it's charged at least. Anyways, I'm not going to get into it so much, but you can just look up Life PO4 versus LiPo or something, and I'm sure there's other YouTube videos explaining all that stuff. This is particularly meant for motorcycles. You know, this is much smaller than a motorcycle gel cell. So I happen to have a second one. So coincidentally, it has an XT60. Now naturally, if the leads were longer, this would be a little bit easier to work with. Let me get that box back. I need something else to prop it up. Maybe these two batteries. Okay. So now I'll take this Firefox. Hold on. I shouldn't have a sharp blade around some soft LiPo packs. Let's see. There's an up and down. So task, charge, right? Chemistry, LiPo. What I'm wondering is, oh, I see. If I press in the middle, it'll enter the menu. So I have to press in the middle and I'll go back. Oh, wait a sec. I think I actually pressed more towards the right in the middle. Nope. I guess it's somewhere in the middle. Okay. So that might take a little muscle memory to figure out. But we have discharge, storage, DC power, and destroy. That's a weird one. Oh, destroy. What? It literally destroys a battery? I guess that makes sense then. If you have a battery that's, you know, can't be charged or recharged anymore, it might make sense to destroy it so it can't catch on fire in like a garbage bin. You know, even if this couldn't function really well to power up an RC vehicle or an airsoft gun, maybe it could still catch on fire if it was punctured, you know, when someone throws in a sharp object after the fact. So that's interesting. I'm just guessing, I'm speculating. Again, I haven't read the instruction manual. Okay. So we want to charge this. We know it's a LiPo, but let's see what other options are in there. Lithium high voltage, lithium ion, lithium ferrite, or I think that's Life PO4, this thing. And then old PB lead, so that's like a very old car battery, you know. And then the old school nickel metal hydrides or cadmium rechargeables, the ones that have memory. Ultra high lithium high voltage, I think that's what that means, but I honestly don't know. So just bear in mind there's one under nickel, NiMH. Okay, condition. I'm not sure what this is. I'm going to have to refer to the instructions on that one. The cells, I definitely know this is a 3S because it's an 11.1 volt battery. Current 1 up to 8. I would never work at 8 amps. That seems a little crazy. Let's see. So it seems like 0.8 was down there. Okay. I'm guessing it might actually remember the last 3 that you did, so let's go to 0.3. Yeah, see, it remembers the last 3 that you selected, so that's kind of good. Start. Alright. Condition. I'm not going to mess around. I got to read about that, so hold on. Alright, I did read over the instructions, but I figured I'll start charging this first. So I'm going to put it in the balance port thing. If it says 2S on the bottom, I'm assuming I have to go in from this side. Let me see. Does it have to go in upside down? That's another bit confusing thing, right? I don't want to put it in the wrong way, because that would make a huge difference as to whether or not the thing catches on fire. All it says here is that's a balance port. It doesn't tell you which side the negative is supposed to be on, right? So that's disturbing. Let's see here. It doesn't say here which side. By the way, it does say here in destroy, it will destroy a battery. It'll totally drop out the thing to 0 voltage, so it becomes inert. And it does absolutely nothing about saying about that questionable field. The condition, it makes no mention about condition in here. So I just set it to 4.2 because that's the nominal voltage for a LiPo is to be 4.2, right? Well, one thing, and also this is a 3-way navigation key, by the way, up, down, and middle. I guess being a smart charger though, alright, so you can see there's a block there. So I'm pretty sure the first tooth is supposed to go into the first groove, and then whatever the other tooth is goes into the furthest tooth. So basically I'm putting the teeth on the lower position, like that. Yeah. In fact, I'm pretty sure it'd be impossible to put it in upside down. Unless you bent the leads. You would have to bend those leads to put it in with the teeth up top. So be mindful of that, I guess. You could probably bend it, but in this case the teeth do go down. Alright, so we have that hooked up. Oh man, this is the next teeth. This is a Dean's connector. Let me get an adapter. I didn't have an adapter, so I had to order one online. It took a while to get here, so there's a continuation. So, you know, most, well, you either have Tamiya plugs or the Dean's T, so you want to make sure you have an adapter that has the male's prongs here. And technically, I guess this might be considered a male side of the XT60. So, anyways, I got to make sure this thing gets into battery. And then over here, pop this in here. And then the balance thing, I'm using a different battery now, but the prongs are on the bottom. Okay. You'll see I raised this thing for the screen. I also went and added foam here. I'll show you why after I do this. Well, start, because it said 3S. There we go. So 4.2 is what it's, I think, trying to get at, and I put this into storage, so this battery, and so each cell right now is like 3.82 to 3.84, and I have 0.3 amps. I guess I could obviously change that. In fact, let me go and do that because that's a little low. That's resistance, temperature. Stop. Yeah, you can go up to 4.3 volts. The current is what I want to change. This button is kind of annoying now that I use it more. It would be better just to have 3 individual buttons. Alright, let's try 1.5 amps. Or 1.4. Okay. Alright, so now you can see it moving because I'm dumping so many amps through right now. Naturally, you want to make sure the battery feeding into this thing is capable of moving that much current, and obviously the battery is on the other side is capable of receiving that much current. But both of these are capable of doing that. Alright, what would be nice is, you know, the estimated time for it to finish, which might, I guess, be this bar. Yeah, right now it's just telling me it's been charging for 47, 48, 49 seconds. But it would be nice maybe if on the other side of that bar there was an estimated time to finish, like a countdown, you know, instead of counting up. That way, well, whatever. This is not the top of the line charger from this brand, so maybe the other ones do that. Alright, we know it's charging, but we're not going to sit there and watch. So I can charge it at high current. Let's see if we can balance charge it, bring it back to a storage condition. So we'll stop this. Task. Oh boy, discharge storage, okay. And so it wants to bring them down to 3.8 volts. And I'm going to leave the current to 1.4. Hit start. Alright. Alright. Yeah, so let's finish this off here. This is a stainless steel box here. I got it at a stationery shop. I'm not sure if you'll be able to find one, but it's good to store your batteries in a metal container, because if something punctures this soft little outside, it's going to cause a serious fire. You can just hear this fan cranking out because it's trying to dump so much heat and electricity right now. I'm going to stop this. Yep. And so the fan is cut slow now. It's still on, but it's slow. So that foam piece I put on here, because I can do this, right? I can just have the whole setup in a vertical fashion. So that's why I added that foam, because this battery lead is just so rigid and so short, it doesn't want to bend. Alright, so the main takeaways of this is it does what it's supposed to do, so that's great. And so if you're out in the field and you don't have access to a wall outlet, you can use this. You could literally hook this up to your car battery or motorcycle battery or any battery bigger in capacity than your LiPo you're trying to charge. You know, Airsoft batteries are pretty small in general, so this thing is 6.5 milliamp hours. I could charge 6 packs, you know, off this one battery here, this Life P04 battery, so that's pretty cool to know. But if you're going to do this for Airsoft, make sure you order the appropriate adapter. Otherwise, you're going to be out there with nothing to do. And then make sure you put in the prongs in the down position. That's what you talked about. Pretty idiot-proof, I guess. And yeah, that's that. So appreciate you guys watching today, and I'll see you guys in the next Airsoft-related video. Bye.